Okay, let's watch Canada's Minister of Industry, Melanie Joly. In an interview here with CBC, she criticizes Pierre Poilievre. Then we're going to show a clip of Poilievre after basically refuting, for the most part, everything she says. Here we go.
Been in Europe, and we heard from Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who has been, maybe not a huge surprise, but a bit critical of what's been signed over the last few days with the Prime Minister in particular. And he says that the one deal with Germany on critical minerals is a phony declaration that is unenforceable with no...
Quick sidebar, does anyone else find it ironic that when Canada is trying to diversify its trade with America, they go right to Europe? What about the countries Canada takes in millions of immigrants from? India, Pakistan, places in Africa, maybe like the Philippines. They don't go there, they go to Europe. That must bother other people. That's ridiculous. What kind of policy is modern day Canada doing? Clown show.
Money attached, and he's coming home with nothing of consequence. What's your defense of the government's agenda over there in Europe? What do you say to Mr. Poilievre?
I think Mr. Poilievre needs to look at himself in the mirror. When he's describing what you just said, I think he's talking about his own policy.
Why do you say that?
Because ultimately, he, as the opposition leader, has been talking a lot, but with no action. Never did we hear him that we...
I don't even know what that means, because what is Poilievre going to do? He has no power. He's just like a member of parliament. He's not in the government. He's not in the cabinet. He's in nothing. So his power is basically just to criticize, which he did there. And he's pretty good in that role. But anyway, I'll save it for a different time, what I'm about to say.
We should get to 3.5% of defense budget. Never did we hear him talking about the fact that our armed forces should get a pay raise in order to recruit better and to make sure that we could support our strong men and women. Never did we hear that we should increase defense.
He almost refutes what she's saying word for word. Not quite, but...
to make sure that we build more in Canada. Never did we hear from him neither the fact that ultimately we need to be less reliant on the US to become closer to Europe, and that's exactly what we are doing. And never did we hear him about also everything that is linked to our airspace sector.
Never did we hear him about.
And F-35s. So I could go on and on and on, but I think we have not a lot of time for this interview.
So now I'm going to get to the clip from Poilievre. I believe this clip was from before the election. There was no timestamp on it, but let's take a look.
Not a lot of time for this interview.
We need a strong military that will reassert our sovereignty in the north, take back control of our Arctic waters. We need at least one, but probably two Arctic bases. We need fighter jets, Poseidon aircraft. We need 4 and not 2 icebreakers to bust up the ice and reassert that we are properly the ones that lay claim over our Arctic waters. We also need to fill the massive number of vacancies that have built up in our military after the last decade by increasing the dollars available to recruit and focusing the military on a warrior culture that actually...
So it's not like word for word, but the sentiment of what Poilievre is saying pretty much refutes what Joly was saying in that other interview. And it's like, it's not really on the interviewer to fact check that, because it's pretty unfair to think everyone has a Rolodex of everything Poilievre or anybody has ever said. It's pretty common in Canada for liberals to go on television and get softballs. It's all that's true in America as well.
Actually inspires people to want to join again. All of this is going to take money, and that's why we support getting back to the 2% target as soon as possible. And we will support an additional...
I would say, though, Joly shouldn't be throwing around those, oh, never have we heard him... unless you're really sure, you probably shouldn't say that. Never have we heard him do this. Never have we heard him do that. Yeah, that's on Joly, I'd say.
Money for our military. That's why we're calling on the government to bring in a budget, because all of this will require a budget.
So anyway, quite interesting. I'll finish the video there, but not a great look, I'd say, for Melanie Joly. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.